Hello, everybody. And today we're very excited to be doing a special video here for St. John Armenian Church, talking about our upcoming food festival, which is going to be taking place in October. Preparations have been underway for months already, but so much special effort and attention has been put into preparing for this year's food festival that we want to share that excitement with our community by telling you all about the work that's been done and what we're expecting in the weeks to come leading up to our food festival. And to tell us more about this year's food festival, I've got the two perfect people with me today. Our co-chairs, Deacon Charles Cherezian, who is our youth director here at St. John, our accounting manager, and we also have Mr. David Tateosian, who is our parish council secretary. These individuals have been exercising some amazing leadership in the ministry of our food festival organization, and they're going to be telling us more about it soon. Hi, guys, and welcome.
How are you doing? Good afternoon.
I just shared with you why I'm excited about this year's food festival. I want to hear more about what you guys are excited about for this year's food festival.
We're trying to do some new things this year. One, in past years, proceeds from the food festival have been donated to charities. This year, we're trying to make that clear to all our participants and our guests that all the proceeds from the food festival will be donated to three charities: the Armenia Tree Project, the UC Berkeley Soroyan Chair, the Endowed Chair for the Armenian Studies Program, and then the San Francisco Marin Food Bank. That's one thing we want to try to do. Secondly, we're trying to do a better job of educating the folks that do come to the food festival about our foods. So new this year will be these little signs we have. They've got a picture of our food, what goes into them, how they're prepared. And you can get them either in the buffet line when you go through get your meal, and some of them you'll be able to get at the takeout booth as well. Third thing we've tried doing is getting broader engagement in helping prepare for the food festival, not just trying to go back to the regulars, if you will, that have helped in the past, trying to do more broadcast emails, trying to get a little more publicity about helping come and prepare for the food festival. Those, I think, are the three big things. A lot of things they're used to will still be there, like the kiddie entertainment and the boutique. And maybe those are some things you'd like about, Charles.
Absolutely. So your favorites are still going to be there. We're going to have our buffet with our wonderful foods and our takeout booth. Armenian coffee will be served and with some sweet treats, which we're excited about. Children's entertainment will have some Armenian vendors outside, which will be great to be able to participate in their experience on the food festival, as well as some surprises that we're going to leave to have you see when you get there.
You know, you mentioned a couple of the organizations that we are going to, three organizations specifically that we're supporting this year through the proceeds of the food festival. And I really think that you guys are doing a wonderful job of spreading awareness about this because it's been several years now that the food festival at St. John has been devoted to charity. And many of the people that are active here at St. John aren't aware of this. It's been our tradition that we find one program to support in the motherland in Armenia, another Armenian-based program to support here locally, or at least in the diaspora or within our diocese, and a third program that supports our local community here in San Francisco so that our community, both our parish community and the community that we are located in, understand that we are actively engaged in our communal life and part and parcel with the circumstances of life in San Francisco. Can you tell us more about what the proceeds will be supporting in those particular programs? Do we know how proceeds will benefit the Tree Project? Or maybe you can tell us more about the UC Berkeley. I'm sure some of our viewers would love to know more.
As you said, there's three organizations. We'll be splitting the money equally between the three of them. The San Francisco Marin Food Bank, I think most people are familiar with the function of the food bank. We're not designating the monies for any particular purpose, but given the time of the year, I'm sure it's going to go to help families with holiday food preparations. The Armenia Tree Project was something that was founded after Armenia became independent, after it was blockaded, during which time a lot of trees were harvested for fuel. And so Armenia Tree Project was originally founded to help reforest Armenia. and has grown beyond that to also helping develop large fruit orchards and to help support and grow an agricultural economy. Lastly, for about 20 years now, there's been an effort through the UC Berkeley alumni to establish a endowed chair, which has been done. So we'll be contributing to that endowment. There's an Armenian Studies program at UC Berkeley that's well attended by both Armenian and non-Armenian students. That is an important venue to educate people about both Armenia today and our past and the Armenian cause. We want to support that effort as well.
Wow, that's so exciting, and I'm glad that we're gonna be able to contribute to that effort. But as much as we hope that our volunteers and our guests are gonna be motivated by the charitable endeavor of the food festival, we know the real reason everybody's coming is for the food, right? That's what's really motivating the hearts of our people. I know I've got my favorites. Do you guys have any favorites?
I think it's got to be the kebab. Between the lule kebab, chicken kebab, shish kebab, it is the best. Paired with the, okay, see, I'm going to say more than one now, because paired with the St. John's famous pilaf, it is the best around. I wait every single year to have that. And I can't have it anywhere else. So I've got to have my fix as much as I can at St. John. What about you, Dave?
Strangely enough, similar. My ideal meal is lule kebab, pilaf, and suber egg, along with padai, which is a dessert dish. I will say that I've helped make pilaf over the years. I've also made it at home. It just never comes out the same at home. And what comes out at church, and I've had pilaf at many other Armenian churches, it is the best. Our lule kebab is excellent. Our suber egg is an amazing piece of craftspersonship because it is a combined effort of both the men and the women at St. John. And padai is one of my favorite desserts. Not to be left behind either is our kufta, which is also another treat.
So everything, basically.
Yeah.
Well, regarding the kufta, people should know there's lots of kuftas, different types of kuftas, different shapes. And the kufta that we serve here at St. John is a very particular type of kufta called a harpertsi kufta, which you really can't find everywhere. It is unique, and certainly it takes a lot of time and effort to produce it, but it makes it a special treat for sure that I know I'm always looking forward to. And regarding my other two favorites, I have to say I am biased. For the last, I don't know, 10 years or so, Yeretzkin, Annie's mom, comes to visit us for food festival, and she makes two of her classics, which are Zbosbev kufta, which is a lentil kufta, and each. And while I could get that from her at any given time, I still find myself looking forward to it when we're at the food festival. Maybe it's because I have to wait in line to get it that it feels even more delicious. But, all of these foods, well, most of them anyway, are handmade here by the folks at St. John. Have you guys participated in any of the prep sessions? We've had so many cooking dates. Have you guys been in the kitchen with a crew? Maybe give us an idea of what that's like and what you enjoy.
So we have started cooking back in late July and August, and we started with a suber egg. And it's been such a great experience having people come together, people that have been seasoned, that have been doing it for years, as well as new families and our youth as well. And just how much fun everybody has when they're making the chore that we've made. Everyone's laughing, they're dancing, they're sharing stories about their life. And it's great. The kids are mixing with our seasoned veterans there, and they're learning about where these foods came from and their personal stories. So I have to say, to me, that's been the most exciting thing about the food coming together and the cooking sessions. What about you, Dave?
I have participated with suber egg. I was not able to go to the chair egg one, but I heard about the great time everyone had. And they had a great time, cranked out twice as much chair egg as in the past, and in less than twice the time. And as Charles said, as I heard it, had a great time dancing away when they finished. So the food sessions have been the ones I've been at, and from what I've heard of the others, they've all been a fun, productive time. So that's getting together to help put the food festival together is as much fun as the food festival itself. It's a great opportunity to learn new stuff, make foods you've not made before, and probably more importantly, make new friends.
Yeah, you guys make a really great point So much effort goes into making the food festival possible. And now, taking stock of the fact that the financial proceeds of the food festival are going to charity, I feel like it's important for us to know that as a church, as a ministry, fulfilling Christ's mission, there are two really great things happening here beyond the profitability of an event like this. One is we get to fulfill our Christian duty by being a reflection of Christ's love and bringing a generosity into realizing God pleasing programs in the world, like programs that we're supporting that are feeding the hungry or helping to be good stewards of the environment in Armenia. That's a big part of what we're doing, but also it's the bonding, the Christian love that's being generated, the fellowship that happens as we're getting ready for the food festival. All that time that we spend in the kitchen and working together to make this a reality and cross pollinating our cultural identity and instilling in our young people our values and a sense of what it means to be an Armenian here in San Francisco. Well, I mean, that's the real benefit of what it means for us to be hosting this food festival. And you see that happening when we're in the kitchen, covered in flour or what have you, and arguing about what's supposed to happen next. But that's when the miracle's happening.
Even I was going to say, Dermot, so even like the weekend up for the food festival, we have church tours, right?
Yeah.
So this is also another opportunity for people to come in. Maybe they don't know about our Armenian culture or the Armenian faith, and they can come into the church, get a little bit of history on the Armenian church, what our faith is about. So we're able to spread that Christianity to people that may necessarily never be able to learn about that. And they get to do it in person within the church.
Yeah, that's definitely a highlight for me. I get to bring in, countless new people into the sanctuary and tell them who we are as Armenians and what our faith means to us. Having just reflected on how one of the best parts of the food festival is being a part of making a reality by getting dirty in the kitchen or taking on a role as a volunteer or supporter. Maybe you can give us an idea of what would somebody need to do if they wanted to get involved, either cooking or helping to prepare for the event or on the days of the food festival or in any capacity. What would you say they would expect and what steps would they have to take to get involved?
Well, I'd say, first of all, they can reach out. Dave's information, my information's on the website, as well as we have weekly bulletins that come out from the church, and it's an easy place to sign up. Our social media places, if you reach out there as well, you can put your information and we will get back to you. The church office is great as well. You can give your information there as well. But we could use a ton of help. I mean, from anywhere from serving food to being involved in any of the other projects that are going on during the food festival, the more the merrier. And that's St. John's has always been that way, that the more people that come together make this food festival the best it can be.
Yeah, there's a number of different roles, whether it's helping serve on the buffet line or helping with takeout, or there's times ahead of time, helping package stuff for pre-sale or just set up after church, because we'll be doing that in early October. Tell us what you're interested in, how you'd like to help, what your availability is, and we're happy to try and match you up with what might work for you. And there's more cooking sessions coming too. We're not done cooking cake. As we get into September, which is rapidly approaching, we have more cooking sessions then. We're going to be doing some of the final foods actually in the week leading up to the food festival itself. That'll be the week before the food festival.
Yeah.
So there's numerous opportunities.
We're doing cooking sessions on the weekends and in the evenings for the people that are working during the week. It's totally, or in school, it's totally understandable. You can join us on the weekends or in the evenings.
Awesome. Well, we're going to put links to all of the things that you referenced in the description under the video. So if anybody just wants to click through and learn more and sign up, now's the opportunity to do so, and we'd love to have you. If somebody hasn't been to our food festival before, what would you say to them? What can they expect from the vibe in the room, from the communal experience? Maybe you can also share with this question, what's your earliest memory of attending a food festival? What is it that you are excited about sharing with people that might be showing up for the first time?
I feel like we have more of a small home feeling to it, where the community is really working together and everybody it's like a small family, I would say, coming together. If you're somebody new, you're going to walk and you're going to feel that. You'll be greeted at the door by someone showing you and telling you about the different areas of the food festival and directing you. Everybody is super friendly and helpful. You're going to get a little taste of the food. You're going to get a taste of the culture. It's a very cool feeling. A lot of the people that we talk to that are first timers that hear about us from various ways tell us about that. The feeling of homeliness and family is a big part. My earliest childhood memory would probably be like coming together on that weekend and everybody working together and just having a great time and sense of community. And I think I remember that as a small kid. I couldn't wait for the food festival to come and just to see all my friends and everybody together. Wade, what about you?
Yeah, to follow on that, I'd say earliest memories of food festival, like when I was a teenager, working in the kitchen, washing dishes and passing tables. Charles said, food festival for me has always been a communal event, okay, where people come together as much to volunteer and help as they do just to be part of the experience and be with old friends and new friends. Some of the other things I think someone new to the food festival would see is not just the ability to sample different foods, but also we've got the boutique. It's an opportunity to pick up some merchandise fresh from Armenia. And if you're there Saturday night, you get to see the Marin dance ensemble presenting different Armenian dances. So we try in a relatively short amount of time to expose you to different parts, Armenian culture and heritage. The church tours, that touches on the religious side. And, for Armenians, our culture, our history, our religion, they're intimately intertwined with each other. It's really is a package deal. We're happy to answer any questions. Last year, we resumed the food festival after a COVID hiatus. I know a number of non-Armenians who they were as excited as anybody that we were doing the food festival again, because it was their opportunity to engage and, most importantly, go buy some subarang.
Yeah, I got to tell you, the neighbors here in the neighborhood of St. John were just ecstatic that the food festival was
Yeah.
happening. And I was thinking, oh, all of the streets are going to be clogged with cars. Parking's going to be hard. It's going to be noisy. I'm thinking these neighbors are going to be like, oh, not this thing again. But they were running here as soon as the doors were opening, so excited that the festival was coming back to their neighborhood. And I like, Charles, that you shared the intimate nature of the experience of the food festival here at St. John. I do think it's one of its best components. And David, I'm glad you also highlighted the cultural performance on Saturday night, which is a really highly anticipated part of the experience. And also, I think we've got music and dancing to follow as well, right?
Correct.
So that's always fun. We're going to wrap things up. I want to thank you guys for your time and for all of the hard work and effort that you've put into taking on this year's food festival. The many dozens of volunteers that have already stepped up and taken on various responsibilities to help make that weekend possible. And I just have to say, God bless you guys. And we're looking forward to seeing you all here at St. John.
Well, we really look forward to seeing everybody at the annual food festival. We can't wait to see all your smiling faces and have you enjoy everything and really be a part of our church family for that weekend.